Hi guys, I'm here at Ground Zero. I came in to do some reading and grab a nice tea, and I ran into Sebastian here, and he had a nasty accident, or not really an accident, we'll talk about it in a second, but he had to visit a witch doctor to get treatment, so let's take a look at what's going on here. So, Sebastian, you were at the Why Not, right?
Yeah.
Last night, and you were at the bar, and you went up to another expat, or you bumped, or can you tell us?
Yeah, no, I'm a pretty friendly guy. I went up and said hello to this particular guy, and he basically told me to F off. And I went, oh, okay. And I turned my back, and I was pushed from behind and ended up landing on the floor. So I landed the wrong way and dislocated my elbow. Okay. Went to the hospital. Unfortunately, there was no doctors available. Went to another hospital, same thing. So a friend of mine, her stepfather had a motorbike accident, and they live up in the mountains. So there are these, I wouldn't say they're witch doctors, but they're like they're like healers.
Healers, right?
Yeah, they're faith healers.
Right.
And so I've sort of chatted to a lot of the local guys up there that have had motorbike accidents and other things, and they don't have the money to go to hospitals like we do, so they recommended it. And one of my dear Filipino friends said, yeah, you know, all the guys do it. Okay. And so this particular bark is off of a Drama-Guete tree, or it's and they cut the bark off it and they wrap it around, so it absorbs the fluid and the swelling, and also acts like, I worked it out, it's sort of like a splint, it's like a cast, it's almost like a natural cast. And then she's coming on Sunday to change it, but of course all my circle of friends here just say, well, you know, you've got to get to a doctor, you've got to get to the hospital, but it's hellishly expensive these days. And I do have an emergency fund, but it's way beyond what I expected. You know, they're talking 100,000 peso just to put the thing back in, because they want to do heart tests, they have an anaesthetist, they put you in for observation. The doctor isn't available, you've got to make an appointment. He's only available on Wednesdays, so you can lay in hospital for 2 or 3 days before he's available at his discretion to come and actually do it. So
you're paying the bill the whole time.
That's
while
right.
they're waiting for the doctor.
I went to the business centre, or a friend of mine did, and they were talking like between 18 and 20,000 peso a day. So I went for the bark option. So I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it a few days, but it's not looking good. It's
hold your other hand out for comparison. Yeah, we can see this is the non-bark arm and the one with bark, but yeah, there's definitely a lot of swelling going on. Hopefully we alleviated that, and with some ice, hopefully it's going to help. But they told you had a dislocated elbow.
Yeah.
And you had the X-ray, so you're fairly confident that's
that's definitely the diagnosis. It's a dislocated elbow.
The witch doctor twisted it and pulled on it to get it back in.
Yeah, supposedly it's back in.
Okay.
I'm not very confident that it is, but you know, like these guys I've known over here, they live in the mountains, and that's all they've ever known. So I thought, oh, why not? You know, if it's good for them, it's good for me, and I'll give it a go. But you know, after a week or so, I think I'm going to have to try and get some money together and go to a Western clinic.
So your figure at a week, if this is not looking better, still swelling's in place, you're going to get over to a regular doctor.
Yeah, if I can raise the money, I'll definitely get over there. But the interesting thing is, this particular faith healer or witch doctor or whatever has a fascinating, that she has a very interesting way. She blows on it. She has all these different techniques that she uses. So, there's a follow-up there. If we can get her down, maybe she wants to change my bark. I'm scared a squirrel or something might come out of it, or it's going to start growing branches.
So she first adjusted it, and then she put the bark on it. And what is the purpose of the bark? Almost like a splint, I guess, huh?
First of all, it's supposed to reduce the swelling, because when she takes the bark off of the main branch, it's quite moist, and it's very cooling because the area was very, very swollen. It was quite hot, and when she put the cold bark on it was quite soothing. So she explained to me that will absorb the swelling, and also because of the stiffness of the thickness of the bark, keeps it in place as well. So, but she does a lot of different practices up there, and as I say, the tribal people, which basically where a lot of the Filipino customs and everything derived from, was not in Drama-Guete city and restaurants and having fun. They all come from the mountains, and this is how they've done it for hundreds of thousands of years. So she's a very interesting lady. So I thought I'd give it a go.
And how much does a witch doctor cost?
It's a donation.
Donation, okay.
Yep. So I think I gave her 500 peso.
Okay.
As I say, she lives up the mountain. She's got 3 kids, and she's quite busy. Every day she goes to different areas and treats different things. And my friend's mother apparently had breast cancer, and she had some potion. And I mean, I'm not saying I advocate I believe all this, but they do.
They do.
They do, because they had no choice for hundreds of years. But it's like the Aboriginal people in Australia, where I come from. I mean, they have people that can do potions and mix up different brews and stuff. And I guess it's a native thing that maybe back in the early days in Greece or in England or something, they might have had the same sort of thing.
Sure.
But it might be interesting to have a chat to her one day.
Okay. And she'll come back every 2 days, you said.
She's back on a Sunday to change my bark.
Change the bark.
And she does like a kind of weird massage, and she blows on it, and she murmurs something. She sort of says something. I can't hear what she's saying, but she kind of like talking to it, and very fascinating sort of theatre, I guess. It's I've heard about it.
Right.
I mean, I've been here a long time, and I lived in a mountain in Leyte, and they certainly had the same sort of thing. And
wow. You've been here 18 years, right?
Yeah. I was in Leyte for about 13, and then I came over to southern Cebu near Santander.
Okay.
And I've been coming and going from Drama-Guete now for probably about the last 10 years. So, but I mean, as I say, it seems to me that you talk about Drama-Guete, the only time I've really ever had a problem is with other expats.
Right.
The Filipinos tend to, shy away from conflict.
They do, yes.
But this wasn't really even a conflict. I think this guy was just having a bad day. He was drunk, and he just didn't suffer fools easy. Right. And I think I was just a little bit too friendly for his personality.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how confident are you that this is going to work? 10 being the most confident.
4.
A 4, okay. So you're not too confident yourself, but
not really.
But you're worth a try.
Yeah, worth a try.
Okay.
Only because the legal testimonial or the advocation of so many guys that I know that live up the mountain, this is the only thing they've ever known.
What's the pain level?
When it first happened, it was off the scale. It was just huge. It was
excruciating.
It was excruciating. Now it's probably about a 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's still pretty high.
Yeah. And the sleeping's the problem. You can't. If you twist the wrong way, you can actually hear it click and click.
Ugh.
So whether she's actually successfully set it or not, maybe she has, but it's still like the muscles around are still
Right.
just not keeping it in place. I don't know. But, you know, I thought I'd give it a go. And as I say, only because that's what they do up there, you know, and a lot of my Filipino friends that live up the mountain, that's all they know.
Yeah. All right, well, Sebastian, I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully
Thank you.
this gets all taken care of. We're going to check back in with Sebastian, though, in maybe a week's time and see how things are going here.
Yeah, you might want to do, you know, interview the
witch doctor.
Yeah, and see how she does it. It's quite a fascinating process.
How's her English?
Yeah, good. Not
good.
bad. Well, it's okay. It's understandable. It's not fluent, but it's pretty, pretty okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's take one last look at the arm here. You can see the comparison between his other hand and here. All right, there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Let's wish Sebastian some good luck here. Hopefully this treatment works. See you guys.